Welcome to the Sunday morning simulcast with Rom Wills. Sometimes the solution is simple. I'm going to tell a story. There was a joke I saw one time. It was about NASA having trouble with pens that could write in space. Because, you got ink and stuff, and, stuff be floating around. The ink might flow out, all sorts of stuff. So they spent millions of dollars to develop a pen that could write in space. The Russians just used a pencil. And, I was thinking about that because, when we go through life, sometimes we make mountains out of molehills, or we have a major problem and we'll think about the most complicated way to solve it. I mean, we will do a whole bunch of different stuff and and it's just like, it really ain't that complicated. I got another story when I worked retail, right? And the side I worked on the support side, and it was, put a lot of stuff together. And I remember there was this, this temporary table that we were not even trying to put it together, but trying to take it apart, right? And he had me and several managers, higher ups in the company, at the particular store, trying to take this thing apart and everything. And it was like we standing around. And I'll never forget the general manager of the store, older lady. She walked by. She was having a conversation with somebody. Just looked at the table without breaking a beat in her conversation. Disassembled the table and kept walking, in her dressing heels at that. And everybody was looking at each other like they were stupid. Only thing is, after that, I became the expert on it because I said, nah, she ain't showing me up. I'm going to tell you what. Sometimes going through life, we think something is just crazy. We think it's insurmountable. But I remember what this wise gentleman told me, right? And he was a guy who made his money flipping houses. I seem to know a lot of those type of guys. Anyway, he said any problem that a man creates can be solved in the same way. You just have to be calm. And his lesson was just stay calm. A lot of times people make mountains out of molehills. They have a major thing. They can't figure out what to do. And sometimes you just stay real calm and you just say, hey, just do this. And then the person's looking at you like, what? Because one of the things we tend to, one, we do make mountains out of molehills. Two, people have a tendency to make it more complicated than it needs to be. It really is. Sometimes the solution to anything is simple. It could be something a repair around your house. It could be a situation that you're dealing with a person. Let me use that as an example, since I'm known for talking about relationships. Like sometimes you have a problem with a person and you can't figure out what to do. And you go over your mind all these scenarios. Sometimes the best solution is simple. Just go up to the person and just say, look, this is what the deal is. And they might be like, oh, okay. I mean, I've had some people, they've had stuff they needed to tell me and, they agonized over it. Then they would say it to me and I'm like, oh, okay, good. I can do that for you. And they like, what? I think sometimes people, they want to feel like that they're, use some intellect, intelligence, something special to figure out a problem. And, the kid will probably look at it like, nah, that's not it. Just do this. Or actually a kid and a lazy person. Lazy people figure out the quickest way to do something because they try to be working. It's kind of good. We got a slacker, a dude who said like a slacker should be like an ethnic group because it's so many. He said that. He said, look, we figure out the easiest and possible way to do something. And that's just in anything in life. And, and just the recommendation. And I actually gave this to a young man the other day. When you're about to do something, get into something, it seems like it's going to be complicated or drama. Stop. Breathe. think about what you're going to say before it leaves your mouth. Right? Think about that. Now, if it's something to fix, sometimes just sit back. Don't get upset about it because, one problem a lot of times just in life, sometimes we make a mountain out of a molehill. Sometimes we, jump in to do something without really looking at the whole thing. And I think, I'm not, trust me, this is something I learned in life. There were so many instances where if I had just sat down and said, you know what, this isn't that complicated. There would have been a lot of things changed, But sometimes we get in a hurry. We think it's too complicated. But, we need to just sit back. Now, that's not to say every single situation is going to be a simple solution. Definitely not. Some things you might need some help. You might need divine intervention. You might need to call Thanos or something to help you out with it and stuff. Yeah, because he got the glove. Anybody who's seen Avengers Infinity War know what I'm talking about. So you be like, we talking about the Great Pumpkin. It's like, no, praise Thanos. He running stuff. Anyway, right? Sometimes you just got to think, sit back and say, hold up. What's going on here? Like if something break or something like that, sometimes there's a simple solution. One of the things personally I do, I've learned to do that. Because one of the things I'll do, I'll just sit every day, just at least for 15 minutes and just meditate. Right? And not in a lotus position or anything, because, a brother's old and he's bigger. So, it's hard to cross those legs like I might have when I was a kid. But 15 minutes, and I've trained myself to be calm whenever something comes up, not react right away. Just sit back. It's like that situation where you don't have your keys in the right spot. Some people be like, just like, no, just calm down. See what's up. Try to remember. Every situation, even dealing with bill collectors. Like and I'll say this publicly. I had an old bill that wasn't for that much, but it went into collection. And I talked to the person. Usually you trying to dodge the people. But I thought about it. It was such a pleasant thing to deal with. It was easy to deal with. Was able to pay it for less than what I actually owed. The woman was easy to deal with. And I even told her, shoot, we need more collectors like her. She was very pleasant. And it was simple. And even if it's a situation you owe money or whatever, sometimes the simple solution is you speak to the person, collecting and just say, look, this is what the deal is. What can I give you? You'd be surprised how much they'll work with you just by being pleasant. Isn't that a complicated thing? But I don't know. I'm trying to think. Sometimes I've seen dudes they going all out to get a woman, and it's like, dude, just say hi to her, jeez. Or, a woman thinking about, well, how can I get his attention? I don't know. Shoot, cook him a meal. That'll get his attention. It'll get Rom's attention. For all the ladies listening. But yeah. Sometimes, man, look, just sit back, everybody. Just sit back. Just relax. Get used to not reacting emotionally to whatever comes up. Every single problem that was created by a human being can be solved in the same way. It can be solved with the idea, just sitting back and thinking on it. The elders, if a major problem come up, they'll be like, hey, let me sleep on it. And they wake up in the morning, they're like, okay, this is what I need you to do. Because they just calm down and everything. And that's everybody. And I know some spiritual traditions, they see peace and being able to stay calm no matter what is the highest expression of spirituality. And I'm inclined to agree with them. So anyway, that's it for today. I want everybody to keep rising and transforming. Peace and blessings.